I'd like to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashemi, Habashai, Bahashon, Kahakudash. I want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David D. Levi. I'm the high spirit Levi. And today I want to go into, if I may say, a testimony of a conversation that I had, all right, about Tuesday. I was driving, I was picking someone up and dropping them off. This random Edomite lady, she might not have been an Edomite, but she might have been an Israelite foreigner, but she had the look and the ethnicity looks of an Edomite. And long story short, I had Bob Marley playing. And as soon as I came in, she was like, turn it up. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, she one of them. So I turned the music up. I was like, what you know about Bob Marley? And she was talking about how when she was a little girl, she met his family. Like, you know, she met his family. His family had a church. I want to say out there in Chicago or somewhere, Illinois or something like that. And her family used to, like, know their family. Then she kind of segued into, like, even Suge Knight going to the church. Mind you, this is word of mouth. It could be wrong. It could be a lie, but this is what she said. And she was like, this is where Suge Knight used to go. And just like Snoop Dogg would go to this church. It was a church that Bob Marley family had, because his family was heavy into like the church, so to speak, a certain type of church. And long story short, she was talking like she knew Tupac, and when she was a little girl, she know Tupac used to play with them. And of course, this is before Tupac was quote unquote Tupac. This is like in the 80s. You know, this is like in the 80s, man. Okay? And she was like, Tupac used to play a certain game with him. I forgot the name of the game, but just like a little child's game. And she was talking about like how his eyes were emerald and all these different things. And long story short, she was like, none of that's real. I was like, you knew Suge Knight and all that? She was like, yeah, but she's like, none of that's real. You know, the whole Tupac Biggie thing, which a lot of us know that. So the Tupac and Suge Knight, she was like, that's none of that's real. This is all this entertainment. They'll tell you it's all entertainment. Like, that's not who they are. They're just actors. And I was like, wait a minute. She was like, I was like, so Tupac's not dead? She's like, no. Like, no. It's like, what happens when you're rich and famous and you get tired of that life? You play dead. You fake your death. So you can have a family, so you can live a life with your family. You play that role for a little while, then they kill off your characters in so many words. That's what she was saying. So you can live a life with your family. She was like, yeah, all that stuff is entertainment. And the reason why I'm doing this lesson, because Jake's upbringing, even 30 fucking years later, they still doing interviews on Vlad and different platforms about what type of nigga Pac was, man. But the whole time, this man was acting. All right? Meaning, there's no such thing as Pac. Pac is a character. Even Michael J. White, the martial arts artist / actor, said he would be hanging around Pac, he would be like a well-spoken, you know, so-called black man. But when other people walk in the room, he'll put on that gangster facade. That man is acting. Okay? But furthermore, it tells you in the scriptures that Esau, Edom, is set a net for our steps. And if you look up that word net, it says leaders set up to cause people to go astray. Because the character Tupac was a leader for the so-called black man, or to cause him to go astray. To cause him to be this radical gangster, all this. Because you have to remember, these characters were formed after they assassinated leaders. After the 60s, when they really incarcerated leaders, and some of them were implants, but in the 60s, they really incarcerated leaders and assassinated leaders. Then they created this rap culture thing. But you have to remember, street culture is NWA, these were all actors, but they were all set up to influence Jake to get incarcerated, to go to prison. Because the new form of slavery was the prison industrial complex. But you have to have influence, you have to have a product, you have to have people to influence people to want to go to prison. And to this day, 40 years later, Jake is, I think it's a badge of honor to have got shot, to kill somebody, or to have gone to prison. All right? And that's pretty much the point, man. These were all actors. Everything on TV is a stage, man. Some of these people didn't actually die. All right? Some of them, their character got killed off. And I know Captain Sequat goes heavy into that, man. A lot of these cats didn't actually die. Especially like that Tupac thing, and that makes me understand that 50 Cent Ja Rule shit, niggas is acting, man. Alright? Hell, WWE was fake, wrestling was fake. You can go on YouTube and look up clips that show, you know, them exposing wrestling. It's entertainment. This is another platform in Babylon. It's another form of bread and circuses. For people, unlike the Roman Empire, the gladiators aren't actually fighting. Now, what they, like, you know, UFC, yeah. Well, like wrestling and all that, it's fake, man. Every week you gotta fight. That's not real, man. The body can't take that. You know? In UFC, they train a couple months at a time, you know, for a particular fight. But the point is that we've been raised off lies, man. What's the purpose of a TV? It's deception. It's the weapon of mass deception, man. And Esau uses the media, entertainment, as a form of sorcery, man. To keep the mind under a certain enchantment, man. To keep you out of tune with reality. That's how the Matrix works. Because for a long time, we just had television. We didn't have the internet. It's to keep your mind out of tune with reality. It's to keep your mind out of tune with reality, man. But, I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. You know, just a testimony of a woman I had in my car, a passenger that I had in my car, that was telling me, like, nah, that's all entertainment, you know. That's not who they are. You know, they're just actors. But to this day, they keep their sorcery going with these interviews with these niggas that knew Pac. Yeah, man, Pac was a real nigga, man. Pac, but the niggas are saying that they're in place and they paid off by these leaks. They keep this image of a real nigga going, like, they keep Jake inspired to be a nigga, basically. Like in one interview with Biggie, the interviewer was telling Biggie, so basically it was basically a battle to see who's the king of the niggas, the Pac and Biggie beef. It was like, who's the king of the niggas? And that's right. These are the original, some of the original niggas. These niggas birthed the mindset of these drill rappers. You want to be the king of the niggas? Who's the biggest demon? Pac came with that hit him up shit. He was being a demon. But now Pac birthed these other niggas, man. But none of this stuff that you see is a coincidence. It's all an agenda. Even niggas like Young Thug and that little weird ass image they got, like that bisexual, metrosexual gangster shit. Hey, that was orchestrated by the elites. If you ever watch the show Boondocks, hey, they'll tell you that there was an episode where there was a character called Gangstalicious. When a nigga was a rapper that was gangster, but he was a homosexual. He was a mo. The nigga was a mo. You know? And these niggas be so-called bisexual, but they be gangsters. Alright? But Esau's creating these demons, man. And Eve She breeds these demons. She gets in heat and reproduces with demons and gives birth to demons, man. These little demons that's rapping that you call a female, all right? These are demons. These little characters they portray, the Glorillas and the Sexy Reds, those are fucking demons, man. Those are fucking demons, man. Those that red hair and tattoos everywhere, and their mindset is like, fuck niggas, fuck my baby daddy. Those are terrorists. Those are terrorists. Those are homeborn terrorists, man. If you just culturally go to the abortion clinic, you just go to the abortion clinic multiple times, you're a demon, man. You rapping about a damn abortion, you're a demon, man. You a Uncle Tom, you a Sambo. You know? Then Eve would be a hoe from the time she like 14 to 30. Then she get in her 30s and ask dudes that look kind of structured. Do you want kids? Do you have kids? Do you want a family? Just trying to throw a bunch of kids on another nigga, man. Cause you was a careless slut, all right? But the point is, let me get back to the point. That this entertainment shit is demonic as hell, man. The Most High wants his people to be pure. See, the 1/3 purified themselves out of Egypt. This demonic ass shit. He is behind all this, man. Whatever Satan uses his puppets to tell you to do, you should do the opposite. If Esau uses his puppets to make you want to be a gangster, a street nigga, you should be the opposite. Whatever Eve likes, whatever the so-called black woman likes in a man, you should be the opposite of that shit. She like dreadlocks, cut that shit off. She like niggas with tattoo sleeves. Well, you're in the truth, you should get tattoos anyway. Cover that shit up if you already got it. She like niggas that sag, pull them motherfucking pants up. Whatever the so-called black woman is attracted to, you should be the opposite of that. I grew up in the so-called black schools. Those inner city schools, man. You know? Cause that's how they get it together in groups and talk about certain niggas like, ooh, you saw what Devontae had on? Or you saw what Devontae did? He stole off on that nigga. 6 months later, girl, somebody shot Devontae. Girl, he died. Damn, they shot his whole car up. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. They groupies to demons. So you might be young and low-key feel like, man, that's who winning. Nah, it be not the marvel, not the glory of a sinner. Like I said, whatever the so-called black woman is attracted to, should be the opposite of that, man. And whatever nigga, if you a woman watching this, whatever niggas like, be the opposite of that shit. Whatever the media telling you to be on some sexy red time, so be the opposite of that, man. Modify yourself to fit into the mold of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, whether you're a man or a woman. Because believe me, the superiority, elitism, is not going after the flesh or succumbing to your lower nature. Or living life after your lower nature. Being an elite is controlling that shit. We all human, we all got our drives and impulses, and we all have our temptations. But the thing that make your ass an elite is that you're not a slave to that shit, man. See, Esau wants you to be a slave to your flesh. That's how he keeps you out of alignment with your God, man. As long as you're in this Frankenstein demonic state, you're out of tune with your God, man. And as long as you're out of tune with your God, you're not going to get delivered by your God, man. That's pretty much the point, man. You know? So with that, I hope you brothers and sisters will edify to the next time. Shalom.